Kanye West has dropped 2 collaboration albums this year, the first and second installment of Vultures with Ty Dolla $ign. What's interesting about that is that the community was kind of questioning, okay, we got those albums, but how about the solo Studio Ye album? And listen, if you're a Kanye fan and you've been waiting on this, well, your prayers have just been answered because today, September 28th, at a show in China, he announces that his new album, Bully, is on the way. And this is exciting news for the entire Kanye West community because as much as maybe Vultures was exciting to some, I think it was disappointing for a lot of people, though. We're finally in a new era, and we're finally maybe getting past it. So what do you think about this?
Are we really getting past it?
What do you think about it?
I don't know, because like we're going to talk about a bit later, like there's still Vultures 3 that seems to be in the works. But yeah, I'm excited for new solo Kanye West. I think it's time. I think like the whole community sentiment right now is that we're done with the Vultures era. Vultures 2 is a complete disaster. Vultures 1 was a bit more defendable, even though most logical Kanye fans would admit that it's bottom tier Kanye West, that the creativity level was peaking at an all-time low on that album as well. And yeah, going into a new studio album experience, I'm excited, but I'm also skeptical. I mean, this is going to be, regardless if it's solo or collab album, his third album of the year. How much time did he really put together to make it? I don't know. But within that announcement of the new album, Bully, he also previewed a new song called Beauty and the Beast. And I got to be honest, it sounded pretty good, bro.
It sounded really good.
It had like this more low-key production, minimalistic. It had this more melodic Kanye West where he was singing throughout most of the track. So it was different, but it wasn't like the husband kind of singing. Like this was actually
thank God.
This was like purposeful Ye. Like it sounded like he had something to say on the track.
Yeah, that's what I want to say about this new solo studio album, though, is that regardless of the direction of the Sonics, regardless of who he's going to have featured on this next studio album, regardless of who's writing it or not, I don't care. What I want is purpose out of this next one, because going through Vultures 1, I thought that it was a good effort. I feel like there was certain songs in there, like a Problematic or a Burn, that made my rotation. I felt like they were standout tracks for Kanye this year. But at the end of the day, when you really look at everything that came out within this Vultures run, a lot of it didn't seem like it had too much purpose. A lot of it seemed like it was just let's take whatever we got on the side of the honey pot and let's just fucking whip it at the wall and see what sticks, you know? And I don't like that approach. As a Kanye West fan, I want to see him reinvent himself again. That's something that you and I have been saying since the Donda rollout, really, when we were covering that, is like, this guy's going to reinvent himself. He's going to bring something new to the table. It's going to be innovative. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. So with that being said, like, even going on to September 15th, right? Because that's when we got to hear this beautiful song called Preacher Man. And that was also at another China listening party. And he said, this song is off my project.
Off my next project, which is important just because there's questions right now, right? What's going to be next? Is it going to be Vultures 3? Is it going to be the solo Kanye West album? I think I could speak for most Kanye fans when we say we want the Vultures era to be over and done with, but this is a good sign that maybe the next project will be that solo album. And people got excited with the Preacher Man song just because it was the return of that soul sample based Kanye West. And it's not like we've been starved of it completely. I mean, you go back to Vultures 2, you got glimpses of it on a song like 530, for instance. Vultures 1, you had a song like Burn. So not to say that we're completely starved of it, but it is one of the best versions of Kanye West, so it's always a delight to see it. What's interesting, too, is that he ended up posting a video on his IG of him cooking up the beat to Preacher Man, and when you go to the comment section, Travis Scott commented, "There he is," and Ty Dolla $ign commented the exact same message, so that makes you think, is there a song on this upcoming album maybe titled "There He Is" that Travis and Ty Dolla $ign are a part of? I don't know, but it was exciting to see that maybe Travis would have some contribution to this. What's also interesting, and I want to get your thoughts on this specifically, Kanye also previewed a brand new beat on his Instagram story on September 25th, and this one sounded pretty unique, kind of weird. It sort of had like this old Egyptian sonic style. It had this foreign language vocal sample playing, some haunting synths. Like, what did you make out of it? Did you like it? Because
I loved it.
It was definitely different.
It was definitely different, but that's what I want right now. I want different. I don't want cookie clutter. I got enough cookie clutter this year from Kanye, and that's it. Like, you go into that production, and you see him cooking it live, and you're like, dude, this guy's never going to lose his producing hand. And that's something else that I want to talk about is obviously there's been a lot of negative stigma around Kanye West this year, especially with the output of the music. And I think that as much as, I have to be honest with that reception and I have to be like, well, it's merited because there's a lot of bad music that came out this year. At the same time, like, this guy didn't fucking lose his superpowers. Like, he is an all-time great within the genre, and I think people have to really fucking understand that. At the same time, a collaboration album or a collaboration run is going to be different than a solo studio album, right? In my opinion, he still doesn't have a weak solo studio album. And now if you start fucking with that, section of the catalog, now there's going to be some problems, right? Because, as much as maybe there was concerns with Jesus is King and people weren't too big of a fan of it, like, the production was incredible off of that album. It was beautiful.
Yep, it was.
All the live gospel vocals, everything that went into the messaging of that album. Maybe it could have been better executed, but regardless, though, like, there was a lot of deep emotion that went behind that studio album. Same thing with Donda, right? Like, there was complaints about that album being a bit too bloated, whatever the case may be, but still, like, you're getting songs like 24 and you're just there wondering, dude, how is he doing this? Like, that's the feeling I want again, right? And something like this is where I'm like, oh, okay, like, now we're heading into a new direction. So that's what I want to tell you guys in the comment section. If you listen to that production and maybe you're like, it sounds fire, but I don't know if I could buy into it, just wait. Wait till you get the final, product. Wait till it's finished. Hopefully it comes out finished. And then after that, make an assessment, because even with Kanye music, I feel like you got to give it time to breathe. So that's the way that I kind of feel about it. But how about you? Like, do you have any anticipation for this next sound? Where do you think he goes? Because obviously the soul samples will always be a part of his music. I hope Consequence is back writing for him. I think that his strongest rapping performances have came from Sahai the Prince, have came from him. So where do you think he goes with the direction next?
I don't really care where he goes next. Like, after the disaster of Vultures 2, I really don't care about Kanye reinventing himself. I don't care about which features he has on the album. Like, that album really put a lot into perspective for me for where Kanye is at right now. And now I'm at the point where I just want a high-grade produced album at this point from Kanye West. I want to go back to that, where I could actually hear the sounds that I'm supposed to be exposed to. I want clean mixing and mastering. I want a well-produced fucking Kanye West album at the end of the day. And a reason why that beat was so interesting to me was because it wasn't just another Digital Nas generic trap beat that I've gotten for the last couple of years. It had some flavor to it. So that's what I want. I want Kanye West experimenting again, for better or for worse. I don't even care what the results are. And I want the production to be top grade.
I also want,
that's
for sure.
like the minimal expectation that you should have for a Kanye West album, in my opinion.
I think so.
It should be the bare minimum.
Well, I think it should be for almost any professional studio album coming out of a rapper with that type of stature, right? Like, good mixing and mastering, finished verses. Finished fucking verses. I don't want to hear mumbling on this album where it's like you're still trying to find the melodies, right? Like, how could you buy into that record and how could you feel that emotion if, like, the artist himself hasn't necessarily put that type of energy into it? It's almost so hard to connect to it, to a point to where, like, you're questioning, why am I really listening to this at the end of the day if it's not even a finished product? But listen, it's all sunshine and rainbows for now, but Vultures 3 might still be upon us.
Yep.
And this is where I'm fucking skeptical, Lou. This is where I'm like, dude, there's a fork in the road, bro. I think Ty Dolla $ign is somewhere in the world right now praying. He's like, I want him to do the Bully album, but please let this come out first.
He's probably texting you every day like, bro, it's go time. Let's go to war.
Yeah, it's go time. Like, this guy seems eager to drop this album, and I would be too, right? Like, 3 studio albums with Kanye West in 1 year. Jesus Christ, bro, your pockets are getting filled. No kidding. But at the same time, from a fan's perspective, I could give less of a fuck. I don't care. That album could fall off the face of the earth, and I won't even bat an eye.
I do care. I do care about this album. I don't want it to ever come out. Like, I saw that I'm indifferent about it coming out or not. I hope it gets buried for good, bro. Just fucking take the vault of songs that you guys have cooked together over the last couple of years or year, whatever the fuck it's been, and just dig it 10 feet deep, bro, to never come back out.
It's like,
I'm sorry,
how
bro.
could you get a third installment if the second one isn't even done?
Bro.
How could you get the third one if the second one isn't even done? So this is what's crazy.
I think out of like the 20 songs or however many 30 songs have come out of the Vultures era, maybe 2 or 3 have been like salvageable.
Okay, so listen,
when you look at it in hindsight. But what's interesting is that September 28th, during his China listening party, he played a finished version of 530, which now featured Ty Dolla $ign, which proves that they are still working together actively. All right, because Vultures 2 didn't come out that long ago. Then on September 21st, a week before the 28th date, Ty Dolla $ign commented on 88 Keys' Instagram Live saying V3 about to rip heads off.
It's not doing anything, bro.
But
this is what I'm saying, like, bro, like, just let it go.
I know, bro.
Let's put the meme back up on screen. Just let it go. It's time to let it go. And honestly, like, maybe it makes Bully. I would be down for another Ty Dolla $ign collaboration if it's finished, it sounds beautiful, whatever it is. Just put it on that fucking solo studio album. Just put it there.
Yeah, like
just put it there, bro. Abandon that ship. Don't even do it.
Even to get a patched up version of Vultures 2, like I'm cool. I'm cool on all of that,
because
bro.
it's been the direction that's been so weird with this album, bro. Like, just senseless writing, unfinished records. Like, how many more times are you gonna feed your fans that? At this point, like, I think after 2, people are like, dude, like, what the fuck are we listening to? So that's it. Like, him seeing V3 about to rip heads off. I think I'm gonna rip my fucking head off if I get another unfinished album. Come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Get like, honestly, just get a couple of Ty Dolla $ign features.
No,
Make him do his
No,
thing.
I'm
no,
cool.
I'm down. I'm down. I would be
cool.
down if they were genuinely good collaborations and it means well for the studio album. Fuck it, include it.
Forget Ty Dolla $ign, bro. Bring in Mike Dean, bring in Jeff Basker, bring in John Bryan, bring in Consequence, bring in the A-Team that made the classic Kanye West albums that we've known to love year after year after year, bro. That's what I want to see. I don't care about Ty Dolla $ign. I don't care about another fucking Playboy Cardi feature. I'm cool, bro. This is Kanye West. This is an all-time great. I don't need him to sound trendy, current. I don't need him to go into a melodic bag with Ty Dolla $ign. I don't give a fuck anymore, bro. Like, I'm really at my wit's end with this shit. It's Kanye West, guys. What are we doing? What the fuck is going on? Like, at a certain point, we need to turn a new leaf here, bro. We need to turn a new leaf. The albums are not selling. People aren't enjoying them. Why are we doing this?
If you guys are enjoying V2, bro, like, more power to you. That's crazy.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm finished. It's finito.
Yeah.
It's over. It's ogre. It's not happening.
It is Jover.
Yeah, we're not doing this anymore. I'm definitely not going to sit here and listen to a third installment.
Okay,
of
let me
Vultures.
ask you this: if the solo album comes out and it's trash, like, is it Jover for Kanye officially? What do you think? Could you put the Wash title next to Kanye West at that point?
Maybe he goes into his, like, revival era.
Don't even say that, bro.
I would not wish that upon him.
I don't even want to think about that right now.
Yeah, I'm really not down. Listen, at the end of the day, you got to be honest, right?
You do?
When it's all said and done, you got to be honest.
So, when do you think these albums come out, if at all? Like, let's talk about Bully and Vultures 3, and let's end off with that.
Oh, you're gonna ask me the Vultures 3 question. Oh, dude, I hope it doesn't come out. Bro, please. If someone's listening in this studio right now, anyone has any influence, some type of spirit that's in this room, please, guys, just somehow do not make this album come out. I'm not down. Give me the fucking studio album. Even if it comes out next year, I'll take it in 2 years. I'll take it 2 years from now. Fuck it. I'll take it in 2 years from now. I'll wait. I'll be patient. Just, like, that's it. I am done. As far as Bully goes, he says, soon or whatever the case may be.
So this is his next project.
He said it's his next project. I think it comes next year, though.
Yeah, I don't buy it. My predictions, like you said, I pray to God that Vultures 3 does not see the light of day, but I think it will. I think it's going to come out before the year's end.
Oh, no.
I think we're going to get Vultures 3 maybe November, December.
Do you wish it's some wicked way, bro, we're jinxing it and it comes out as a masterpiece and they were just saving it for the third installment?
No.
You think it's going to be like
I cannot be convinced. It's going to be worse than Vultures 2. If you want my prediction, but
that's a good prediction.
I think that comes out before the year's end, and then this solo album probably 2025. That's what I would have to guess.
I'd be down. Solo studio album. It's been since 2021. We haven't gotten a solo studio album.
It's been a fucking minute.
I'm down. I'm fucking down, bro. I want Kanye to rap. I want Mike Dean.
I know, bro.
Get fucking Mike Dean back in the studio. It's time. It's time. It's fucking time, bro. What are we doing here? You're right, Lou. We're talking about Kanye, bro. Like, I can't even hold back. This guy fucking created graduation. What are we doing? I'm not gonna fucking sit here, bro, and get husbands. It's impossible.
Yeah,
it's
that
impossible.
doesn't make sense.
It's like, how? How the fuck are we doing this? So you're right, Lou. I hope Vultures 3 never comes out. I hope Bully comes out and maybe a year or two from now, because take the time. Take the time out to work on it. I don't want this to be rushed. I'm cool. make a fucking crazy rollout out of it.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm super down for that. But guys, let me know in the comment section, do you think this solo studio album is ever going to come out? And let me know, if you're delusional enough, would you guys want to see a third installment of Vultures? I think it's going to come out like the third Godfather. I think those are going to be the vibes, bro. It's just going to be a forgotten installment if V2 hasn't been forgotten already, and we're going to have to move on regardless. But guys, thank you so much for watching this episode, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.